Hey folks, Trouble at Comics here, having a look at a kind of weird period in comic books. I always thought these ABC comics from DC, pretty much an imprint of DC Comics, and it has Alan Moore who sort of helmed all these books. This one caught my eye because it just looks like Shazam to me, and even got the old wizard and the anamorphic animal with the superpowers and this family of superheroes, yeah. And it's funny because Alan Moore said that he wouldn't work for DC again, but I suppose he felt like working for this imprint would be okay. He did seem to have quite a lot of creative license with it as well. There was all kinds of books that came along. I think the one that people go on about quite a lot is Promethea, which I've never read. And see, to be fair, I think at the time that these were coming out, they kind of passed me by. Although I did like Alan Moore's stuff, just wasn't sure about the ABC stuff. The one I did read regularly was Top 10, which was like kind of Hill Street Blues in space. And I quite enjoyed that. And there probably were a few other ones. And I feel I've probably missed the mark in these completely. Is this like Shazam? It feels to me like a sort of parody of Shazam, the original Captain Marvel and all that kind of stuff. This here's a bit of an anthology because as well as Alan Moore doing his thing, there was lots of other creators doing work on this book, and it's quite nice to see because it's quite a sort of high quality product when you look at it. Everything looks authentic to what it is that it's meant to be, and still manages to be modern at the same time. Mind you, in saying that, what is going on here? For the love of Mike. So yeah, quite an interesting period in comic books. You probably know more about it than I do, but I just came across this and, oh no, come on, you cannot tell me that that is not Captain Marvel. Even the font there, that looks like C.C. Beck drew it. From Hairs to Eternity is a terrible pun. But yeah, it all looks quite nice. I suppose that I think these did really well, actually. And I think the collected edition sold well. And it definitely did seem to have a lot of legs. And let's face it, Alan Moore knows what he's doing when it came to this kind of stuff, didn't he? Anyway, I thought you might want to have a wee look. In case you had never came across this kind of thing before, here's the full roster at the top. Alan Moore, Chris Sprouse, Al Gordon, Pete Poplaski, Kyle Baker, Russ Heath, Matt Hollingsworth, and Todd Klein. So a lot of heavy hitters there doing the work on this book. So what did you think? Have you read Tom Strong Family, or did you read Tom Strong, or were you a fan of the ABC comic book line? Or, like me, did you just think, it just looks rubbish, I'm not going to bother with it, and then just pass it by? I will recommend Top 10 though, because I think it was great. I'll need to dig them out. I'm sure I've got them somewhere. Anyway, thanks for subscribing, thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow.